My wife, who often gets up before me in the morning, often moans at me that I'm too lazy to even pull the curtains. Not anymore. Welcome to Rich Man Poor Tech, a technology focused channel that hopes to improve your life and make it easier through technology. And today's focus is on the SwitchBot smart curtain motors, or to be more precise, a pair of SwitchBot smart curtain motors. I will show you how simple they are to set up in a bit, but first there are a few advantages of this device. The first advantage is security. Maybe you're working away, maybe you're on holiday, or you're just working late one night. Two of the things that show that you're away from home more than anything else is the fact that your curtains are not closed at night. Your lights are not on when it's dark outside. So do you close your curtains in the daytime? Then this actually shows that you're not in during the daytime. Do you leave them half closed or half open? What is the best way to look like you're still at home? Now, people often have timers for the lights or use smart lights to make it look like they're in, but sometimes this just intensifies the fact that your curtains are open and you're not at home moving about the property. Some people may also use a skill on a smart speaker like an Amazon Echo, etc., to play background sounds as if you're in, but you just look through the curtains, the open curtains of the window, especially if the lights are on, and you can see that no one is inside. So being able to close your curtains either via the app when you're away from home at any sort of time of the day, or setting a timer to close your curtains or even open them for that matter, is a huge security deterrent. A good friend of mine who's a scenes crime officer with the police often tells me a burglar will often pick the house that looks like the easiest target. So no alarm, no security cameras, no deadbolts, no window locks, and no dog, and especially an empty over another house, business or property for that matter, that has either one or all of these extra security features. Second advantage, as with most smart tech, it also makes your life easier. So back to my wife who says you can't even pull the curtains when you come down in the morning, or it's getting dark, haven't you pulled the curtains yet, when she comes in. Now I don't have to anymore, so no more moaning. This is going to make your life easier, hasn't it? Added to the fact that along with the Echo smart devices or the other smart speakers from either Apple or Google, they're now voice activated. You can draw the curtains at the same time as you're leaving the room, probably with your hands full, or just open them to let in a bit of extra light to see what you're doing. When fitted to an office, for example, or in the lounge, then the ability to close the curtains while the glare is on the TV screen or the screen of your computer allows you not to lose concentration, or while you're engrossed in that movie. No more arguing with your partner over whose turn it is to get up and close the curtains, and no budding Bond villain would ever be seen dead without automated curtains. Let's face it, as smart devices go, then these are pretty cool. Just like subscribing to this channel is. Go on, you know you want to. Another advantage is if you have a teenager or a teenager wannabe who sleeps past midday, you can open the curtains in their room without even entering. Bonus! I'll show you how easy they are to install in a minute, but first, how do they operate in a day-to-day use? You have 5 choices. First, if you give the curtains a tug, then they're open or closed by themselves. Useful if you have someone in your house who isn't aware of your smart tech, or if you don't have a voice activated speaker. Second, you can use an app on your phone. Now this also allows you to open, say, only 10% or 20%. Handy if you just want a little opening. Third, you can use your voice if you have a smart speaker like an Amazon Echo, a Google Assistant, or an Apple HomeKit, Siri shortcuts, etc. It also works with If This Then That, Smart Things and Clover. By the way, does anyone use Clover? In fact, while I'm on about it, what smart device do you use to control your smart home? Let me know in the comments below. Fourth, you can set up automation in the SwitchBot app. although be aware of the timer settings that you have set, otherwise they might open while you're dressing. Not cool. Now my wife has another thing to moan at me about. Swings and roundabouts. And the fifth option, you can also purchase or add a SmartBot remote. So on to installing. What specialist equipment do you need? Do you need to buy new curtain poles, etc.? Well, probably not. They're likely to work with your existing curtains and pole or rail. You do have to have a SwitchBot hub or a hub mini like I have here. But if you have a grommet curtains on a pole like I do here, then they just work. They also work with U-rail curtains and I-rail curtains. Tab tops, you may need to add something from the included fitting kit for those. But if your rod or pole is of a thin diameter, then they might not work. Now the rod working diameter range is 15 to 40 millimeters, so check that out first. Just note, when ordering, links in the description below as always, you need to order the ones for the curtain poles or the rail that you have. So make sure you order either pole, I-rail or U-rail to fit what you actually have. If your curtain is just one piece, then you can buy just one. But if you have a pair of curtains, like most of us have, then you need to purchase a pair of SwitchBots or SwitchBot curtains. A bit of a pain as this like doubles the price. They're easy to fit, at least the ones I have here for my curtains. All you need to do is plug in the hub, attach the bot to the curtain pole. This is easily done, at least on pole curtains. You hang the bot over the pole between the loops in your curtains, and you push up the ratcheting arms to tension the device on the pole. You download and install the app, and then you add the bots to your account by pressing this button on the device themselves. Again, they're easy to set up. If you've ever set up any other smart devices like smart bulbs or smart plugs, for instance, then they have a very familiar setup procedure. If you're using a pair of curtains, then as you set up, you have the option to add left and right curtains, which will be paired to work together. You have the option to fine-tune the operation afterwards. Once added, you can create routines, either based around the time of the day or to do with the light levels, as these also have built-in light sensors. They also have the option, two different levels or modes: performance mode, or excuse me while I laugh, silent mode. Silent mode is almost the same noise as performance, but the noise just lasts for longer, so put it in performance. As for the noise, they're not exactly loud, but they are quite noticeable, more so when it's quiet at night, not so noticeable in the daytime. They have a built-in batteries with a good battery life, and you can charge via a USB lead, or you can purchase an additional solar panel that clicks in and fits in behind the curtains to keep them charged up all of the time. I personally didn't want that. I prefer the aesthetics of the SwitchBots without the solar panels. On these curtains, they're pretty much invisible, and I'd rather periodically charge them like I do with my Ring doorbell. SwitchBots, so they have an 8-month battery recharge life. Just for your interest, I've had these installed for approximately 1 month since last full charge, and in this time I've done testing and demonstrating, and the battery level is still at 88%. So obviously if you have a different pole or heavier curtains, then you might have different results. Talking of weight, SwitchBot also claim that the motors are powerful enough to push 8 kilograms of curtain. And also for your interest, since setting these up, the SwitchBots have also worked flawlessly every time. To charge them, instead of rigging up an extension lead and a domestic plug or removing the SwitchBots from the curtain poles, I find it easier and more convenient to charge with a high-powered power bank with the long included USB cable that was supplied. So, do I recommend them? If you want to be a Bond villain with a white cat who loves smart tech and lasers, then these are a must. If you're someone who wants the latest gadgets or smartphone talking around the water cooler, then again, these are a definite buy. For everyone else, I also recommend them, both for the convenience, home security and so far reliability. Obviously the cost is only something that you can answer yourself, as they are a little pricey, but they do work, and I think they're a great smart tech addition to any smart home. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in another video. Cheers.